Jai Hind students, today we have to discuss electric field intensity due to a plane sheet of charge of infinite length. So first understand it, this is plane sheet, this is a thin plane sheet. Now what do you understand by thin plane sheet? Thin plane sheet means that it is so thin that it has only one surface. Okay, only positive charges are there and it has only one surface. That is why it is very thin, only one type of atom, only one kind of charge can reside on this surface. Means this is the sheet, only positive charges are here. Okay, only positive charges lying on this sheet. Okay, it has only one surface. And second point is it is of infinite length. Now what do we understand by infinite length? Infinite length means, does not mean that it is so long that you cannot see. Infinite length means, suppose if I'll keep one insect over here, okay, for this insect, this whiteboard is of infinite length, isn't it? For this insect, this board is of infinite length. For me, this whiteboard is not of infinite length. Person who is standing 1 kilometer away from this whiteboard, this board is not of infinite length. So we have to find the value of electric field intensity due to this plane sheet. Plane sheet, it is very thin, it has only one kind of charge, and we have to find the value of electric field intensity due to this sheet of infinite length, means very large, and we have to find the value of electric field intensity at point P. Means this distance R is very small if you compare this distance to this area of the sheet. This distance is very small. Okay, so that is why it is of infinite length. We have to find the value of electric field intensity due to this thin sheet. Okay, and at this point we have to find the value of electric field intensity, as we know that this distance is very small if you compare with this sheet. Okay, suppose this distance is R. Okay, and we have to find the value of electric field intensity at this point P. So, and what is given? It is given how many charges are there on this sheet. Okay, how many charges are there? This we don't know, since it is of infinite length, it is very big, and how much charges are there we don't know. So we'll consider that it is given that sigma is charge per unit area. Charge per unit area means in 1 unit area, in this unit, suppose this is 1 unit area. 1 unit area means its length is 1, breadth is 1. So in 1 unit area, charge is 1 meter square. In 2 unit area, charge is 2 meters square. Suppose this area is B, so I can say in charge in B unit area is B sigma. Okay, so charge per unit area, in 1 area charge is sigma, in 2 unit area charge is 2 sigma, in 3 unit area charge is 3 is sigma, and suppose this total area is suppose B, so in B area charge is sigma B, like that. Okay, so this is given that charge per unit area is sigma. This is given. So let us apply Gauss law. For applying Gauss law, first step is you have to imagine one Gaussian surface, and it should be imaginary and it should have symmetry. Okay, so you have to imagine the Gaussian surface for point P. Okay, now consider the Gaussian surface. We'll consider the Gaussian surface as a cylinder. As we know that cylinder has 3 surfaces. Okay, this is the cylinder we have considered. Since we have to see the symmetry, we will draw the cylinder at the, we'll extend it to the backward side. Extend it to the backward side. Now we have to find the value of electric field intensity at point P. Okay, now step 1 is We have imagined Gaussian surface. Now step 2. Step 2 is we have to see the symmetry of E, A and theta. Okay, now we have three surfaces. One, this is the second surface, this is the third surface. Now we have to see the symmetry of theta on this surface. On this surface, what is the direction of electric field intensity? As we know that due to the positive charge, direction of electric field intensity is always outward. So this is the direction of electric field intensity. Now what is the direction of area vector? Area vector is always outside towards the direction of electric field intensity. Okay. Now what is theta? For the whole surface, angle between E and A is theta, that is 0 degree. Now come to the surface number 3. As we know, due to this positive charge, what would be the direction of electric field intensity? Always outward. This is the direction of electric field intensity. What is the direction of area vector? As we have done in the last video, it is always outside towards the direction of electric field intensity. Now what is theta? Theta is again 0 degree. Now come to the surface number 3. On the surface number 3, since all are positive charge, direction is always outward direction. What would be the direction of area vector? This direction. Okay, I'll keep like this. This is area vector. So this is E, and angle is theta is 90. Okay. Now on surface 1, theta is 0. Okay. On surface 2, S2, surface number 2, theta is 90 degree. Now on surface 3, theta is 0. On 1 and 3 it is 0 degree. On surface 2 is theta is 0 degree. Okay. Now come to the next step, that is step number 4. Now step number 4 is we have to go inside the Gaussian surface and we have to calculate net charge Q net. Now we have to find out the value of Q net inside the Gaussian surface. Okay. Step 3 is we have to calculate net charge inside the Gaussian surface. This hole is the Gaussian surface and we have to see the charge. Charge is residing only in this area. All charges, all positive charges are inside this area. Okay, are residing inside this area. So we have to calculate net charge Q over here. Okay, so net charges, as we know, charge per unit area. In 1 unit area, charge is lambda, is sigma. Okay, and this area is A. This area is A. So in unit area, charge is sigma. In one area, in unit area, charge is sigma. In A area, charge would be sigma A. Now step number 3, we have gone inside the Gaussian surface and we have seen that charge is sigma A. Now come to the step number 4. Step number 4 is we have to apply the formula. Now what is the formula? Formula is, as we know, that EA cos theta is equal to Q net upon epsilon naught. This is the step number 4 we have to apply. Now calculate it. Okay, for all the 3 surfaces we have to calculate the value of EA cos theta is equal to, for all the surface. For surface number 1, for surface 1, E is given, this is the surface number 1, A cos 0 degree. E is electric field intensity, magnitude of electric field intensity, A is the area vector, and cos angle between E and A is 0. For surface number 2, E is electric field intensity, A is area vector, and cos 90 degree for surface number 2. For surface number 3, E, A, cos 0. As we know that theta is 0 degree. is equal to Q net. Q net just now we have considered, that is sigma A. Okay, Q upon epsilon naught. Okay, now EA cos 0 is 1. Cos 0 is 1, that is EA. This is 0 and this is again EA. So I can write EA plus EA is equal to sigma A upon epsilon naught. So I can write 2EA is equal to sigma A upon epsilon naught. So A and A is cancelled. So I can write E is equal to sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. This is the value of electric field intensity due to a thin sheet, which has only one surface, only one kind of charges are there, and its value is E is equal to sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. Means this is independent of R. This formula says that electric field intensity is independent of R. Means if I have to find the value of electric field intensity at, instead of P, I have to find the electric field intensity at this point P1. Again it would be sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. If I have to find the electric field intensity at this point P2, value is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. It means it is independent of R. Okay, so this is the value of electric field intensity due to a thin sheet and it is of infinite length. Okay, so electric field intensity due to this thin sheet, okay, due to this thin sheet of infinite length, we know. Suppose we have a one more sheet. Suppose this is another sheet of positive charge, and we have to find the value of electric field intensity at point P1, P2 and P3. These are the points where we have to find the value of electric field intensity. Suppose for this sheet, charge per unit area is sigma. Similarly, for this sheet, charge per unit area is again sigma. Both have same charge per unit area. Now what would be the value of electric field intensity at point P1 due to this sheet 1, this sheet is 2. Okay, so we have to find the value of electric field intensity due to this sheet 1. So due to this sheet 1, direction of electric field intensity is outside. Okay, and value of E, I would say E1 for surface 1, E1 is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. Okay, for sheet number 2. Okay, now what is the value of electric field intensity at this point? It would be, since it is positive charge, because of positive charge, direction would always be outside. So this is the direction of E2. I would say because of sheet 2, it would be E2. This is E2. Again, it is sigma upon 2 epsilon. Okay. Now, what is the value of total electric field at this point? This is E1, this is E2. Directions are different. So, net E is E1 minus E2. That is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught minus sigma upon 2 epsilon naught, that is 0. This is the value of electric field intensity due to both the sheets at the center. Now electric field intensity at this point P2 due to both the sheets. Now see, because of the sheet number 1, what would be the direction of electric field intensity at point P2? Outside. what would be the direction of electric field intensity due to this sheet? This is positive charge, again outside, E2. Now total E is E1 plus E2. Why? Because both are in the same direction. Sigma upon 2 epsilon naught plus sigma upon 2 epsilon naught, that is sigma upon epsilon. Okay. Now come to this point P3. At point P3, due to the sheet 1, what would be the direction of electric field intensity? Outside. Because of charge Q, direction of electric field intensity is always outside. Because of sheet number 2, what would be the direction of electric field intensity? Again outside. E2 will again outside. Now what would be the value of E? Is E1 plus E2. That is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught plus sigma upon 2 epsilon naught is equal to sigma upon epsilon naught. If we will add the value of electric field intensity due to the same due to the sheet of same charges. Here it is 0. Okay. It is sigma upon epsilon naught, sigma upon epsilon naught. Okay. This is the value of electric field intensity. Now suppose if we have a negative charges. Suppose we have two sheets of opposite charges of suppose we have a charge per unit area again sigma, charge per unit area is again sigma, and we have to find the value of electric field intensity at point P1, P2 and P3. Now let us see, for this is sheet number 1, this is sheet number 2. Due to this sheet number 1, what would be the direction of electric field intensity? Outside. Now due to this sheet number 2, what would be the direction of electric field intensity? See, since these are negative charges, direction would be inside. This is E2 and this is E1. Now see, what is total E? E is E1 plus E2. What is the value of E1? Sigma upon epsilon naught, 2 epsilon naught. Right? Sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. It is sigma upon epsilon naught. Now at point P2, see, due to this positive charge, what would be the direction of electric field intensity? Outside. Due to the negative charge, what would be the direction of electric field intensity? Inside. What would be total E? E1 minus E2. That is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught minus sigma upon 2 epsilon naught, that is 0. This is the value of electric field intensity. Now what would be the value of electric field intensity at this point? See, due to the positive charge, what would be the direction of electric field intensity? Outside. Due to this negative charge, direction of electric field intensity? Inside. Total E is equal to E1 minus E2 because directions are different. Again it is C. It concludes that if we have oppositely charged sheets, okay, this is positive charge and negative charge, at the center value of electric field intensity is sigma upon epsilon naught, whereas outside area we will have zero electric field intensity. If we have both the sheets having similar charges, what is the value of electric field intensity? Outside it would be sigma upon epsilon naught, sigma upon epsilon naught, and at the center value of electric field intensity is 0. So this is the very important concept, will be useful when we do capacitor. Okay.